Hi folks, Kurt Rasch from Odebolt, Iowa, West Central Iowa. On Saturday, December 5th, Carol has taken some shots of what we're doing in the field here this afternoon. Finishing up the harvest, probably got 200 plus acres to go after tonight. This is one of our better days. We're taking out 19 to 20% corn here in some of our earlier planting, about 10 to 12 day varieties in this field. We're actually being able with the 9870 to harvest it right at 15 acres an hour, or 3,000 plus bushels an hour with this machine. It's running 5 to 6 mile an hour through the field on 12 row 30-inch corn planted in the upper 30,000s, probably in the 37 to 38,000 population range even at harvest. This crop has been excellent as far as quality. Even at this point, today's grain is some of the best grain we've harvested all fall. Got a chance to see some of our handling system as well in our trucks. Today, 2 of us are able to keep up with the grain cart and keep the corn away. We're hauling roughly 3 miles to a bin site that you see on this video, a holding bin that we can get 20,000 plus bushel in. With the dryer running, why we're lucky to keep up at 19% corn to keep enough ahead of the dryer. When the temperatures are above 30, like today, we're running maybe a high of 35 and we're supposed to drop off some more. All our grain is handled through here into 3 air bins, depending on the owners or the people that own the corn in our family. And then we empty them back out, which we've done several times this fall, and either went to market with it or stored at other sites and such and so forth to meet our needs. We're using in the neighborhood of 1,000 to 2,000 gallons of propane a day drying this corn. Some of it has been as high as 26 to 28% here, even during the thick of harvest. Earlier on in the season, it was even running up around 30 when we started, and we did dry a considerable amount at those moistures just to get some acres out of the way. All in all, it's been a great harvest as far as yield and volume. Things that went smooth. We've just had a wonderful November and December here to harvest and get this crop out of the field. In addition to today in our operation, we have custom haulers applying the beginning of 3 million gallons of liquid hog manure on soybean ground stubble that isn't frozen yet, so they can keep going. And we have 2 of our sons that are raking and baling corn stalks for our feedlot and our cattle operation as well. So a lot of activity going on here in West Central Iowa. Carol and I wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
December 5th. And we are looking at some of our corn harvesting going on. Some of the corn today is testing 19%. I think they're still dropping it in the dryer for a period of time before it goes on to a holding bin. This is one of the first fields that we showed in our filming at the very beginning of the spring. Mark told you about our planting population and that sort of thing in this particular field. Our son Mark is doing the catching for the majority of the time frame this season. There are a number of guys that can run that unit, but he's been the consistent person, and as it turns out, Kurt is in the semi. The guys have appreciated this automatic tarp unrolling apparatus this year. They can do it by remote control in their unit, or there is a button on the trailer itself. Custom manure hauling group that Kurt was speaking with you about. At present, they are working in my brother-in-law's lagoon in getting that material out on the field before the field is frozen up and they can't haul anymore. Our backup plan, if they don't get this all the loads hauled out this fall, would be for them to come back in the spring. And that allows for a little more compaction in following crop year. So we prefer, if they can, that they get this out in the fall. As livestock farmers, we use these corn stalks quite a little for bedding, for forage, for the dry matter for our feed material that the cattle that they use in the cattle feedlot. We even will stack the bales in lines along the farmsteads and the feedlots in order to provide a windbreak in the winter, and use them as we need to. But in the meantime, they're providing some protection from the weather elements. So we have a lot of usage. We make the half bales to use as bedding for the hogs in the hog pens that of some of the barns that we use. So it's a good use of some free material that, as it turns out, it seems like some of these corn plants these days have an awful lot of stockage that is unused if we don't make use of it in this manner. And we've seen a number of guys having to work pretty hard at getting that incorporated into the ground in the fall or in the spring when they're working the ground. It's just a tad more roughage than what you might want to have on your soil as you make it in preparation for a seed bed. So we're making use of that, not taking it all, leaving quite a little bit of residue yet for conservation usage, but it's a vital piece of our fall harvesting. It is December 17th. We got this snow a week ago, and we were caught with this field yet to harvest. The day that we talked with you in the earlier filming, it was on a Sunday, I believe, and we worked a couple of days, and then we moved some grain, and then this snowstorm came before we could get this all finished up. It's about 140 acres. We're not the only ones that are caught with this snowy field. I want to show you the end of the wind side of this 10 inches. As you can see, we've got some wind side rows that are full, windbreak wise. We're not going to get that crop until spring.